Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and I'm back with another review, and this is Earthrise Scorponok. Earthrise has been killing the game lately. I know there's a lot of debates whether or not Earthrise is for the collector or not, but I 100% think it is. Oh, sorry, I started adjusting stuff. Yeah, so Earthrise is been great. I think this is a great figure. I know it's kind of like a retool of Ultra Magnus, and I'll compare it later to the robot mode. Ultra Magnus. What am I talking about? Fortress Maximus. I don't know. I was thinking about Ultra Magnus. I just rearranged my collection with him and Cyclonus together. So anyway, let's get back to this guy. Yeah, I'm gonna compare him and Fortress Maximus. I know he's like kind of retool of him, but they added so many better parts and functioning like ankle tilts and stuff like that. Like what Earthrise been doing, not the hollow bits, like less hollowness. So it's a pretty good figure, but I do have to be back a little bit further, so you're seeing some of the behind the scenes, and I will be going in and out. There we go. We're a little bit closer. You can see a little bit more. You zoom in, you see Megatron on there, so you can see some of the details of the Scorpion mode. See his tail. And let me talk about the Scorpion mode. It's pretty great. I only have a few complaints, which, I mean, I don't know how much they could have done. These right here, I wish they would have could be able to be spread out instead of all together. That's like the only complaint I have with the Scorpion mode. All the legs have to be together because they're pretty articulated. They go up, the toes articulate like that. Then go down out straight. You know that looks dumb. And yeah, I mean they're really articulated. The only thing they can't spread apart. And I just wish they could have been able to spread apart. I think it would have made for a better figure. But other than that, let me move this out the way. I'll compare him to Megatron in a minute. But yeah, so here you have, I'm gonna have to stand up a lot, try not to block the view. So you have the claws. They articulate like this. I'll show more of that in the robot mode. But claws articulate. And the arms, got the guns here that you can move, you can remove, you can put up here if you want. If you want to do that. I just had them in the traditional, I think they go up here. Yeah, they can. They can go anywhere where there's a port. But I just put them in the traditional spot. Traditionally, I think they can go up here too if you want. You have both the guns up here like that. You can put the guns on the tail, even though the tail won't, move back a little bit. Even though the tail won't support it, it can go up there. But what you can do, I think you can put this thing. Okay, that broke. Let me turn it around a little bit. It does have a little bit of hollowness in there, but it does have this shield that, and it didn't break, it just popped off. But has a shield, little shield that happens to cover up the little bit of hollowness. I don't know if you can put it up here too. I never tried it. I mean, you can stick it in there, but it doesn't do anything. It looks stupid like that anyway. But you can put the shield wherever. This is where it goes, however. So, yeah, I think that's it though. See the legs, it's a spot in here for the Headmaster to sit. Trying to see if you can see that. It's a little spot right here for the actual Headmaster. So they did do like Fortress Maximus and Maze, what's his name? I forgot his name. they made him a headmaster as well, which he wasn't. It was just him being a headmaster for Scorponok. But you can sit him in here. You need a driver. He sits in there, and there's a little cavity in here where he can close. Oh, gotta get it around his legs first. Let's see, it closes with no issues. Him in there. I don't usually do that. I just leave him hooked on to this guy. And his head is pretty cool. It's like the scorpion head. It has like all this. It looks like this is functional as far as keeping this together. And it has some good details. Then you got these things like the little mouthpieces. And I'll show him off more later in the review. Cause I don't know, he's cool too, but this piece just comes off. It goes on this this thing right here. It's like kind of like a neck guard, but it does come off. I will say that. What else? Articulation. Yeah, this articulation can go all the way in, go all the way out like that. Pretty good. He has the tail articulation. Go all the way back and out. You can go all the way down. He can move this. That's about it for that articulation. And yeah, that's almost it for accessories. You got his book, instruction sheet, which is pretty good. It helps. Ain't too bad. You have these blast effects. They can go on the gun. They only include one, unless I left something in the box. It's only one set like this, and I don't know why, because this is a more expensive figure, and Jetfire included too, so that's a negative. But yeah, things all over the place. You can have him look like he's getting shot from above or something. And there's all these little spikes where you can put the little Titan Masters on if you want. Of course, it comes with this thing, like the original. And I don't know where that other thing that works with is this, which the other ones you had to cut out the back of the box. This is just in the box. So it says Unicron. So I assume I see Unicron. I wonder if they're going to make a Unicron. That's kind of, I mean, they are making a Unicron. Let me back up. I was wondering if they would make a Unicron like something like a Titan size Unicron. They're making the crowdfunded Unicron, of course, which is cool, but that's not what I was talking about. So move into transformation. Make sure his head can go up and down. That's more for, I believe, robot mode, so he can look up and down. But it's cool because when he's in this mode, that thing falls off a lot. That's a negative too. This thing that goes around the neck on mine falls off a lot. But I was saying, when he's in, maybe I got him backwards. No, I got him right. Now he doesn't want to go in at all. Hard for the course, huh? So when he's in this mode, you can kind of tilt it up so his head can show a little bit. You see his eye. And then in robot mode, he can tilt down, but he can tilt down and up, I guess, in this mode too. He would be able to move his head. So, I'm gonna talk about this guy in a minute. He's pretty cool. Might as well do him now, because I want to get him in base mode so you can transform him. So yeah, we're gonna transform this guy. I usually take these off. They'll fall off anyway, and you can take them off, but you don't have to. They can stay on the side of the arms. And you can take these things off. Then you have this. You just leave his head on. Unplug this. Well, not unplug it, but pull this up, which I'll show that later. That's his head, but you want to unplug that. Then you have it like this. Pull this up a little bit to get it out the legs. You pull the legs down. There you go. Split the legs. Pull the arms up like they come out this cavity. Come up like that. And flip them down. Flip the fist out. Then this little piece that's usually like that. Push this down. Flip that. Flip his fist out. And put that back down. Now this you can put up a little and it covers his face. So I like that. I mean, it covers Scorponok's face. So then these, what you're supposed to do, they have little notches right there. Little notch right there goes in right here. For the sake of the review, I will show it. Maybe. Okay, the first time I did it, it was nothing. There we go. Took no type of effort. So that's the way you get his ankle tilts right. Get him so he can stand. And there he goes. And there he goes. So you have this articulation. You have a butt flap, but I like that it covers up the face in the back. And you see, that's what I'm talking about. When you move his arms, these are automatically come off. So I usually put them in his hands as guns. But you can do that too. Or kind of like, I don't know, claw weapons or something. Anywho, it's a weapon. So then you can get his arms all the way back. You can get his arms up to there. Double jointed elbow. Wrist. Goes in and out just for transformation. Head, of course, can't really move. Does the splits. Can go back. Even with this stuff back here, he can go back pretty far. But you can kind of maneuver his legs out the way. Yeah, waist. He has waist. His head's a little loose. That's one thing that I can say that I'm unsure of. Get a little closer to him. So then I can compare him to Cerebros. So you can see what size he is. Cerebros is kind of like way bigger than him. Unfortunately, the only Earthrise figures I have out is Jetfire. So you can see he's Jetfire towering over him. But you can kind of, if you have Jetfire, you can kind of see where he lies as far as size-wise. He comes up to like his knee. So that's a thing. Let's put him to the side and get to his mode. City mode. City. Take all the accessories off. I push this up. This is a little chamber. I showed this opened up, but it's a little chamber that keeps, like it's hollow. You can keep the whole head in there if you want. But you push that up in order to get these feet in here. So you want to fold the feet up like this. No, you fold them up like, have them like this. Fold these up like this. Just stuff them in there, and they're pretty flush. So you want to break this connection. This is connected to 2 points in here, and I'll show that in a minute. Well, you can put this tail back. This comes off, and you need it to come off. So just flip this tail around, put it back in there. Flip this around, put it back in there. Then you won't break the connection. Here's the connection points. These 2 tabs into these big slots. It's pretty good connection. Then what you want to do is, got stuff falling all over. This is a big boy. Then you have these shield parts that come off. They went on the side, but you can put them together. They just go together by these tabs. So put them together, and actually leave them apart for base mode. You don't have to put them together. Then you want to unhook this little piece there. Just a tabs in right there. This one tab on the other side as well. Just unhook that. And you can fold these out, the feet. Then you want to, there's a specific way, but going this way is pretty easy. You just want to have it out like this. Spin this around. Not this whole thing though. Yeah, I actually was doing this wrong, not all wrong, but you can keep this like this. These you want a certain way. You want them to be able to move down like this. So you got to get it to that way. But then you still want this thigh to be like this so you can have it down. It'll make sense because you want these touching the floor, basically. Then you can move this down, move these down. It makes like a flat surface across here. See how that fits into place. Then you push this up. It's a little tab that goes into this little hole right there. And that fits into place. So then with these feet, move this over here so you get down. These feet, I'm gonna push this up, push this down like this, then flip this out. Now you might have to pull this a little forward, flip it out. These are the things that like connect to, they show AstroTrain in the book, but it can connect to any of the, any of the toys. It's just playability. I'll show you from this angle. You're flipping this over here like this, having it like kind of as a landing pad, I guess. And flipping this up. It's a pretty strong tab. Then you want to get that in place. You want to move these up. Then you want these to be up straight as possible. Just have it. Now the shoulders don't ever go straight. That's a limitation in articulation, but you can maneuver these joints to kind of be straight up and down. Almost there. Close. You want to pull this up like that. Then this goes, these 2 pegs go in these 2 holes. Now this is just the directions. Like this is the official way that they're telling you to do this. It has a lot of playability. You can make it whichever way, however you want. Then you can add the accessories. This is what they tell you to do. See this? These 2 things go in here. Like that. Add that right here to the tower. Or let me see where. Yeah, right here. Put that right there. I think really it should be the other way. Like this should be just for symmetrical reasons. Just to make it, because it goes together like that, being a little OCD-ish. But yeah, so basically this is your base mode. And all your base mode is basically sorry. Basically just him on his back with his arms up and his legs out, which has always been that. And get some figures to show. We got good old trusty new age Megatron here. Could kind of be his throne. If I had the throne, I would put it up there. Oh, that's kind of a good idea. I think I might get the throne, the new age throne, and put him up there so he could be sitting down with the scorpion face thing, whatever it is behind him. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Then you got this. Zurak, that's his name. Zurak. I probably should look on the box, but try to remember. Sometimes I forget. You know, you've heard it if you watched my videos before. If you're new, please subscribe. But if you've seen my videos before, you know I forget their names sometimes. No harm, no foul. Always remember at the end, or close to it, or I write it in. So yeah, that's the base mode. Not much you can do. You got a little ramp here. Flip up so can't nobody come up if you want. Go there. You got these things. I don't know if they're like helipads or they can stay up there. You got the guns. You can also pull the guns out. Put the guns wherever you want. The guns here. There's a tab here. I just had them, like I said, as they showed you. So you can put them here if you want. I can get them there. Jesus, it is eating me alive. There we go. I think something's blocking. And then these, everything's falling. These you can put up here to kind of still have the same look. I don't know if you can see that. My back was probably in the way. Yeah, you can put these up here to kind of have the same look that you had with the guns. Then you got the guns down here, ready for war, I guess, to guard the base. Because what good is the guns up here if the bases get... Oh, you can put these down too, just so it doesn't look like claws. You know, it always looks like claws. So yeah, let's get to the robot. Take everything off, accessories, and it's not like parts for me. It's I guess it is parts for me, but it's not like a lot of parts forming. It's just nature of the beast. So yeah, you just want to fold all this stuff up basically as best as possible. When you get this stuff on his back, then you'll have to figure it out, and I'll show that to you. But yeah, basically just pull this up, flip this. No, see, that's the thing too. This you want to flip, but you want to wait. I'll wait for that because you want to get the legs. You gotta get the legs right first. So yeah, just push this down. Arms, I just get the arms out the way because the arms are where they need to be. So pull that out. Just tuck that back here for now. Get these legs in order. So you want to move it this way because you want the detail in the front. And you kind of orient, and this ain't the front. So the first thing would be to spin his legs around, because they have to spin around in order to be on that. So then you can move him this, this way. You just want to get these details in the front. You can move it down. I think these details are front details. So, and don't knock everything over. So everything you want in the front, you gotta get in the front. All these details, this is all front details. So you just get it how you want it. Front details. Flaps in the back. It's like his butt skirts, sort of. You can leave that like that. Now with this is what I was saying. You can't fold this over yet because you want to pull this down. And it forms the foot. Make sure this is still in there. Then you want to fold this over. Oh, off camera. Then you want to fold this over and there's a peg there. Pegs there. Kind of fills in that hollowness. So I think it's cool. Do the same over here. I try to show it better. Oh, this does come off. And I always have problems with which way it goes back on. It's like this. I can't tell. Always put it on backwards. But yeah, it comes off pretty easy. I guess it's better than breaking it. Put that like that. And flip this over here. And that peg goes in there. Then you get him up. Starting to come together. He has toes. You pull these out. Make his toes. Pull them out. Make his toes. Come up a little bit. Well, come up a lot. Then you can turn him around so you can get all this stuff together. Now this is 2 notches. Going to these sides right here. And pretty strong once you get them in. Then they're in there. You flip this up here like this. Right here, these 2 notches. These 2 notches. And something fell off that I don't know what it is. It looks like it's something that broke, but I don't know what it is. Unfortunately, this little piece just fell off. Guess we'll see, or maybe some extra. Don't know. But, so you can do that, and then this thing goes on his back, or it can be a shield on his side. You can put it like this if you don't like it. In the back, up or down. I kind of like it up. Move his arms down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Then you can get these shoulder guns in the traditional place. There's one over here. Hope I ain't been in your way like crazy. I'm trying. It's kind of hard, so forgive me. Right there. Then these you can put together and put them on the shield in the back. Cover some more of the hollow bits. Or you can put this whole thing on his arm, or you can put one of these things on his arm, one by one. It's all up to you. It's all up to you. And last but not least, Voltron. Put his head on. And there you go. Move back some so I can get a good frame. And there's Scorponok in all his glory. Compare him to some other figures. Of course, I have my Megatron Legend size because I think Legends work so well with the big guys. I think that's a good scale. Not sure though. He may be bigger. He's a city bot. City bots are big, but so I don't know. I guess I'll figure out what this goes to. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? I think this is. It is. It's his Headmaster's arm. So that's what it was. I mean, I don't really use the Headmasters like that, so it's not a tragedy, but his arm did fall off. A person you might want to see him with the most, if I got the room, is Titan's Return, and he looks like he's gonna. Now his knee, you gotta get his knee like right. Like he's fine, he's stable, but his knees are sometimes suspect. But let's bring in Fortress Maximus himself. He's dusty and loose. You try to stand him up straight and his head falls off all the time. And he has no ankle tilts because I don't have the kit. That's one of the bigger things that I wish he had, was ankle tilts. And so Cerebros just fell apart after hitting the ground. His head, he never stayed on good. I don't know what it was. Oh, there he goes. Maybe I just never had it right. I just have it right now. So yeah, you see how slim Scorponok is. And he's also a little shorter. But they look pretty good together. They could fight. I don't know what the scale is. Like, I don't know if Scorponok was. I believe he was a little shorter than Fortress Maximus. So if that's the case, he's great. So you can see, and Fortress Maximus is a little bulkier. His legs are bulky. I think I like the bulkiness, but I think I would have liked the streamline too. So let's get him out of here. And let's do articulation and be out of this piece. The plastics feel different too. That's the other thing. I don't know if I said it in the beginning when I was talking about Earthrise and the improvements they made over the Titan's Return. But in any respect, so articulation, you can't get his arms all the way back. I think, yeah, it hits back there a little bit, but if you put it out a little bit, it's fine. You can get make sure you're on the camera. Do his upper body. This sometimes comes off, but it's okay. So you got the elbow bend. You got his bicep. I guess bicep, more like an elbow swivel. Then his hands go in all the way like that. And you can even get this type of joint. And I like that they got like joint, like it shows, you know, it shows the joint. Let me scroll in a little bit. His head does go 360. Goes up and down a tad bit. Down like that, up like that. I think that's cool. No side to side. These guns, of course, move. You get them to move. Fingers, I showed his fingers. He's individual. He has the 2 individual claws, which is cool. He can go all the way out. He can get the splits. And I'm holding this with one hand, so it's heavy. But he has good ratchets. You get the splits that way. And of course, he can go out sideways. Or you can get the splits and the hurdles, I should say. You get the splits. You see it failed a little bit, but what can you expect? This is a big body. I'm tired. Knee, double jointed. You get more than 90. Feet. Where you at? Let me move back. So feet has ankle tilt about that much, which isn't bad. No down, no up, but his toe goes like that, so you can get that little bit of articulation, I guess. You really need it, really want it. And waist. And he has waist. So for about this big, he is definitely well articulated. And whew, yo, these bots, these big bots is a beast. Big beast. There's his face sculpt close up. Oh, and I forgot to show, you can kind of like get this visor up, and there's like some eyes underneath there. See those eyes? Like, it's weird. I wish you could like flip this up, take it off. I don't know if you can take it off with a screwdriver, but can't really get no, you can see the eyes, but you can't really get no function out of it. It's just a visor. But I think his head sculpt is great. These things move too. I don't know if I showed that. Let me see if he can get his, I was wondering. This is something that I've been wondering. If he can get his scorpion tail out. No, I don't think so. So he can kind of, I guess he can kind of get his scorpion tail out. You would have to finagle it somewhat. It's not in the instructions, but you could kind of try to finagle it. I don't know how, but yeah. I mean, I'm gonna call it not. Can't do it, but there's probably a way you can do it, or you can make it look like it for pictures. But yeah, that's pretty much it with that. Looks like it should be able to, but whew. So yeah, I appreciate you joining me for this review. This is about the closest I'm going to get to a masterpiece Scorponok, I believe. I mean, maybe if Fans Toys ever do their Fortress Maximus, they'll probably retool it and do a Scorponok. But that'll be like 2030. So I will see you then. And I appreciate you watching and always watching. So please like, subscribe, share, and I will get up with you later.
Life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.